From the moment the news broke, the WWE Universe was left in complete disbelief. This wasn't a storyline. This wasn't a heel turn or shock return. This was life, raw and cruel, striking down one of the most beloved superstars of our generation. Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE, the woman who's carried the division on her back with unmatched strength, heart, and charisma, is now fighting for her life in a hospital bed after suffering a massive heart attack just hours after a grueling, high-impact WWE live event. Witnesses backstage recall a chilling scene. One moment, Bianca was laughing, still sweaty from her match, sharing a quiet conversation with Montez Ford. The next, she clutched her chest, her breathing shallow, her face pale. Panic erupted instantly. Trainers, officials, even fellow wrestlers rushed to her aid. Calls for paramedics filled the air. The reports say she collapsed completely before the ambulance arrived. There was no dramatic exit to wave to the fans, no reassurance she'd be fine. This wasn't about the WWE anymore. This was about survival. The ambulance sped through the night, sirens blaring. Social media exploded with confusion. People thought it might be a prank or a storyline twist. But the truth was far darker. When she arrived at the hospital, doctors wasted no time. They immediately confirmed she had suffered a major cardiac arrest, one so severe that without immediate intervention, her life would have ended on the spot. They rushed her into emergency surgery, performing a bypass to repair blocked arteries. Hours passed. Fans stayed awake all night, refreshing Twitter, Instagram, waiting for updates. And then came the words nobody wanted to hear. Bianca Belair is on life support. The EST, the powerhouse who had been the face of resilience, is now breathing through a machine, her body motionless, the rhythmic beeps of hospital monitors filling a room that has become the most feared place in the wrestling world tonight. But here's what's making fans angrier than ever, and I mean furious: WWE's initial statement. They called it a medical situation, and said she was resting comfortably. Resting comfortably. The woman's heart literally stopped. She's hooked up to tubes and machines, and WWE had the audacity to downplay it like it was a sprained ankle. That's not protecting her privacy. That's corporate PR spin at its ugliest. People are now asking the hard questions. Was Bianca medically cleared too soon after recent injuries? Did WWE push her to perform through exhaustion? Was this a preventable tragedy? And before anyone starts defending the company, ask yourself, how many times have we heard this before? How many legends, icons, and rising stars have been chewed up by the schedule, the pressure, and the refusal to prioritize actual human health over the next televised event? Right now, Bianca's family is at her bedside. Montez Ford hasn't left the hospital. Her parents arrived in tears. Close friends in the business have gone radio silent on social media, their silence louder than any tweet could be. Fans around the world are united in one thing. This isn't just another sad headline. This is a wake-up call. The question is, will WWE listen, or will they let another one of our heroes fade away behind closed doors, remembered more for the matches they gave us than the life they could have had? The air backstage at WWE is thick with tension, like the calm before a storm that nobody can stop. Word is spreading fast, and the roster isn't just upset, they're outraged. The message from the locker room is clear. Bianca's heart attack was not just bad luck, it was a direct result of reckless management and a toxic environment where superstar health takes a backseat to ratings and merchandise sales. Sources close to the situation reveal that many wrestlers have privately blasted WWE brass for pushing Bianca to the edge. They say she had been battling exhaustion and nagging injuries for months, yet was booked in brutal matches with barely any recovery time. The final live event that preceded her collapse. A physical war that left Bianca drained, but the company insisted she finish the grueling schedule without complaint. Insiders whisper of hushed conversations and desperate warnings ignored. A few veterans tried to raise red flags, but the cold response was, "We need her for the storylines." The phrase now feels like a sick punchline. The fan reaction online is nothing short of volcanic. Thousands have flooded WWE's official social media accounts with angry comments, demanding transparency and accountability. Hashtags like #SaveBianca and #WWEFail are trending worldwide. It's clear the WWE Universe isn't going to sit quietly anymore. What really added fuel to the fire? The WWE statement that barely acknowledged the severity of Bianca's condition, calling it a medical situation, and assuring she's resting comfortably. Fans saw right through it. The phrase sounded like corporate doublespeak, a way to sugarcoat a devastating reality. Many are calling for WWE to release full medical updates and halt all non-essential shows until Bianca's condition improves. Even some wrestling legends have spoken out, breaking years of silence to express shock and disappointment. When legends start calling out WWE, you know the problem is serious. Meanwhile, At the hospital, sources confirm that Bianca remains on life support, hooked to machines that keep her heart beating and lungs working. Doctors are cautiously optimistic but warn the next 48 hours are critical. A sudden improvement or a setback could come at any moment. Her family's fight is now the fight of the entire wrestling community. Fundraisers are being organized, prayer vigils held, and fans worldwide are lighting candles hoping for a miracle. Montez Ford, Bianca's closest friend and confidant, has been seen openly breaking down, his usual bright spirit crushed by the possibility of losing the EST forever. But let's get real here. This isn't just about Bianca's health. This is a glaring spotlight on an industry that glorifies toughness to the point of cruelty. WWE is a machine designed to entertain, but what happens when the people powering it start breaking? Who pays the price when that machine doesn't stop? The silence from WWE executives on these issues only deepens the wounds. No detailed medical updates. No promises to review wellness policies. Just a vague, "We are monitoring the situation." Fans and wrestlers alike want to know. How many more superstars must suffer before real change happens? Will WWE finally put human lives ahead of profit margins? Or will Bianca's fight be just another forgotten tragedy in a long line of silent sacrifices? One thing is clear, this story is far from over. The backlash is mounting, and the pressure on WWE to do right by Bianca, her family, and the entire roster has never been higher. Just when everyone thought the worst was behind us, the latest from Bianca Belair's medical team drops like a bombshell. Sources inside the hospital confirm that while Bianca's body is still on life support, her condition has taken a dramatic turn. Doctors are seeing signs that the prolonged heart attack and time on life support have caused serious complications, including neurological concerns. What this means in plain terms: Bianca's brain function is at risk. The fight she's been putting up inside that ICU is more than a physical battle, it's a war for every inch of her future. This update has shattered any illusions that this is just a temporary setback. The gravity of the situation has sunk deep into the hearts of fans, wrestlers, and even WWE officials, though the company's official statements remain painfully vague, unwilling or unable to confront the full reality of Bianca's condition. Backstage, emotions have reached a boiling point. Allies of Bianca, including top women's division stars like Sasha Banks, Rhea Ripley, and even rivals who shared the ring with her, are breaking their silence. In private conversations leaked to the press, there's palpable anger and sorrow. These women aren't just colleagues, they're a sisterhood forged in sweat and struggle, and seeing Bianca in this state has struck a chord deeper than words can express. Sasha Banks reportedly lashed out in a private meeting with WWE management, demanding answers and action. She's said to be furious over what she calls the blatant neglect of wrestler health, and warns that if things don't change, more careers, and lives, will be lost. Rhea Ripley, who was once a fierce competitor with Bianca, posted a cryptic message on social media that has fans speculating if it's a call for solidarity or a veiled critique of how Bianca's case is being handled. The wrestling community outside WWE has also weighed in. AEW stars, indie wrestlers, and former WWE legends have flooded social media with messages of support for Bianca and calls for industry-wide reforms. Meanwhile, fan forums and Reddit threads have exploded with conspiracy theories, allegations, and demands for transparency. Some fans question whether WWE knew about Bianca's health struggles and still pushed her too hard. Others criticize the culture of silence and tough it out mentalities that permeate wrestling. On the medical front, doctors say Bianca's team is doing everything possible to stabilize her and prevent irreversible damage. But the truth no one dares to say out loud is that the road to recovery, if it comes at all, will be long and uncertain. And what about WWE's response? So far, silence. No press conference, no detailed updates, no commitments to change protocols. Just a corporate PR machine churning out carefully worded statements that fail to address the core issues. That silence. It's deafening. Fans aren't just worried, they're furious. They want justice for Bianca, accountability for WWE, and most importantly, real change. Because if Bianca Belair, one of the brightest stars and hardest workers, can be brought to her knees like this, what hope is there for anyone else? The next few days will be critical, not just for Bianca's health, but for the future of the entire wrestling industry. The question is, will WWE rise to the occasion, or crumble under the weight of its own neglect? The wrestling world is no longer quietly watching from the sidelines, it's roaring with demands, and Bianca Belair's crisis has become the spark that could ignite the biggest shakeup WWE has seen in years. Across every social platform, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, fans have united under the hashtag Fight for Bianca and hashtag Bianca Belair Strong hashtags. It's not just empty words. It's a movement. Fundraisers are raising serious cash to support Bianca's family's medical expenses, fan art and tribute videos flood the feeds, and a wave of viral videos calls for WWE to take responsibility. What's wild? This isn't just about Bianca. Fans are connecting the dots, calling out years of WWE's dangerous booking schedules, medical neglect, and the industry's toxic, wrestle through pain, culture that's put countless lives at risk. The pressure isn't just from fans either. From deep inside WWE's locker room, anonymous wrestlers have started leaking bombshell information to reporters. These insiders reveal several superstars had voiced serious health concerns to management, only to be ignored or pressured to keep quiet. A pattern of rushed medical clearances before big events, risking athletes' well-being for the sake of TV ratings. Internal discussions about handling injured talent quietly without public acknowledgement, to avoid negative press. This isn't just speculation anymore, it's a damning indictment of a system that values profit over people. At the same time, some of wrestling's biggest names have begun to break their silence publicly. Former WWE legends like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk have posted heartfelt messages calling for reforms and expressing their hope for Bianca's recovery. Their voices add weight and credibility to the growing outcry. Even current WWE stars, many of whom previously stayed quiet for fear of repercussions, are cautiously stepping forward. Rumors swirl that some superstars are considering organizing a union or advocacy group to demand better health protections and wellness policies. On the flip side, WWE's leadership remains locked in crisis mode behind closed doors, scrambling to contain the damage while keeping a tight lid on internal investigations and medical details. Sources say the company is weighing whether to halt major events temporarily, a move that could shake up the entire wrestling calendar. But let's be real, can WWE truly fix years of neglect overnight? Can they regain the trust of fans and talent after this bombshell? Or is this the beginning of the end for the empire built on broken bodies and silenced voices? One thing's crystal clear. Bianca Belair's fight is more than a personal battle. It's become the battle cry for every wrestler, every fan, every voice who's been sidelined or silenced for too long. As Bianca fights for her life, the wrestling world is fighting for its soul. And Pookie. The days ahead are gonna be wild. The backlash, the heartbreak, the truth bombshells, all of it is just getting started. Stay locked on WrestlingNewsCC. We're bringing you every raw, unfiltered update as this story unfolds, because this is bigger than wrestling. It's about justice, respect, and saving lives.